Hello again, everyone. Zack Attack is here with my Atakline for Wednesday, September the 4th, 2013. Alright, before we get to my the entertainment news for today, I want to talk about what I did today. Now, I live in Washington, Michigan, which is a suburb of Romeo, Michigan, where Kid Rock went to high school. Went to the same high school as him. Not the same year, but still. So I live about 40 minutes away from Detroit. Now, I've been to mostly every museum in the metro suburban Detroit area. Went to Detroit Science Center, went to the DIA, Detroit Institute of Art, went to the Henry Ford Museum. But surprisingly enough, for me being a music geek and a disc jockey, I've never been, until today, to the Motown Museum, Hitsville, USA, Grand Boulevard. Now, so I was a little bored today. I want to do something fun with my dad. You know, me and my dad wanted to do some good father-son bonding, and he was a big Motown fan because, you know, he lived around that time because he likes that kind of music. So he and I went to the Motown Museum today, and we had a blast. You couldn't take photos inside of the place. You could only take it outside because a lot of people come from around the world because it was a guided tour in the museum, and there was people out of state, people from North Carolina and all these other states. So I was kind of going to see that, and I hope you can see it good. But gotta get it adjusted here. But I hope you can see it kind of good. There's me at the Hitsville, USA. No, you can't see it that good from my iPod. It's me in front of the building there. And I've been saying my shows for a while. I'm a huge Michael Jackson fan. And of course, Motown was where Michael Jackson was signed when he was a kid with the Jackson 5. So it was kind of cool to be in that building because many artists have recorded in that building. Because you go to some museums, like some historical museums, and they're like, this is a recreation of what it was to live in these times. This wasn't a recreation. This was the original house with all the original stuff. Because they had the original Studio A where they all recorded all the songs. Them, meaning groups like the Miracles, Smokey Robinson, Diana Ross and Supremes, Class 9 and the Pips. The list goes on, including the Jackson 5, Martha Reeves and the Vandellas. Go down the line. Marvin Gaye. You know, a whole list of artists, a whole shitload of artists that have recorded there. And besides the studio, they had where Berry Gordy used to live, next door to the place where the museum starts, where Hitsville, USA is. They have where Berry Gordy used to live, his upstairs apartment. They had his original couch, his original kitchen was kind of made up, and it was original everything. Even when you go through the reception areas, the original phones, the original candy machines, the original cigarette machines. There was like nothing replicated. No duplications or anything in this museum. And they had a big gallery of all these memorabilia, including like old costumes of the Supremes, like old gold records and some other things. And it was guided tour, and I didn't know that Berry Gordy, the founder of Motown, was a boxer first before he went on to start his record company. And me being Michael Jackson geek, I love the fact they had some Michael Jackson memorabilia, including when Michael Jackson visited one time back in '88 on his band tour when he donated money. He donated his hat and his glove from the Motown 25 special. That was kind of cool. And in Studio A, they had this old piano, the Steinberg piano, that was restored by Paul McCartney. Because I saw Paul McCartney 2 years ago in Detroit, and before the show, he visited the museum. And he liked it so much he wanted to fix the piano that was there, kind of restore it to working condition again. And I knew the backstory. So seeing that piano fully restored, knowing the backstory was kind of cool to see. Because on this tour, there was about 20 or 30 people. They didn't know it. They didn't know the story until this tour guide told them. So I'm glad there was a tour guide to let them know about things that they didn't know, or some other cases that I didn't know. So it's kind of cool to learn. It was a great place to go. If you live in Detroit, you haven't been there yet, or if you're visiting Detroit area, come visit Hitsville, USA. Because it's a place where history was made, where great music was made from great artists, and it's great to step foot in that building and knowing that all these people stepped through these doors to record some great music that's still listened to this day. And of course, one of those songs made there was a Shop Around. So I did Shop Around at the gift shop there. Not thrift shop. I bought some things for myself and my mom because she didn't get to go with us. Got this magnet. It's kind of cool. I got this, me being an MJ fan, I got a whole collection of MJ memorabilia and stuff. I decided to add this to my collection. An old publicity photo of Michael and his brothers. And also I got this Motown mug for my mom with all the Motown artists like the Supremes, Smokey Robinson, Barry Gordy's on there, Marvin Gaye, Stevie Wonder you see there, and also the Jackson 5, that same photo I showed you on the publicity photo that I got. So there you go. Great day spent in Detroit today at the Motown Museum. A must-go-to place. If you're a big music fan or just a fan of Motown music or just a fan of music in general, like I said, if you're a casual fan or a geek like me, go to this museum. If you go to Detroit, if you live in state or out of state, must-go-to place. Now, on with the entertainment news of the day. Starting with the old Billboard #1s, which Motown had dominated when it was in its prime. Now we have double new #1s on the Hot 100. Finally, a new #1 Hot 100 and a new #1 album, the top 200. Let's start with the new #1 album. After 2 weeks, Luke Bryan's Crash My Party gets kicked off by, of all things, a metal group. Avenged Sevenfold's new album, Hail to the King, debuts at #1. It's the second or third #1 album in the world. So congrats to Avenged on that big debut. And while we have that, like I said, finally, after 12 weeks, Robin Thicke finally got kicked off of his perch on the Hot 100, getting kicked off by Katy Perry's War, landing at #1 after jumping from #2 to #1, making it her career 8th #1 single in her career. Of course, following the 5 #1s from Teenage Dream, great kickoff to the Prism album with War debut at #1, benefiting from the VMA performance, since there's no video out yet. Robin Thicke stays at #2, but making a big debut on the Hot 100, Eminem's Berserk debuts at #3 this week. Not bad of a debut. Not #1, but still, at least it's in the top 5, so impressive debut. When it comes to who I think could be next week's #1s on both charts, who knows if Katy will stay, if Eminem will gain more momentum from digital sales and radio airplay. And I'm hearing that Ariana Grande's album, the Nickelodeon Stars album, will debut at #1 next week, is headed towards a #1 debut. So Avenged Sevenfold may not be able to relish their #1 album for much longer. So there you go, new #1 album, and finally, new #1 single. Now, you look at the charts on the Hot 100 this week. Like I said, Katy's #1, Robin's #2, and Eminem's #3. A woman who has been in the top 3 positions, at least #2 and #3, now is in #4, is Miley Cyrus. Whether or not it's dimmed or not by the VMA performance, it's hard to tell. Of course, we all saw the performance. We all know by now the now ballyhooed, infamous performance by Miley Cyrus. Now, I've said this on I made an Atakline the day after the VMAs on August 26th. And I said on there that on the VMAs, supposed to be about shocking performances, I made a little comment in my review about Miley being on something, but the more I looked at it, I was like, dang, it's the VMAs is supposed to be known for shocking performances. Like, seeing Miley do this is nothing different from what Madonna did in 1990 and 84 and 2003. And no different than what Britney Spears did in 2000 and 2001 and 2003 with Madonna, the Kiss scene around the world 10 years ago. And no wonder why Miley admires Britney. Because Miley presented an award to Britney a few years ago at the Teen Choice Awards saying that Britney's my hero. No shit, seeing that performance. But after that performance, Miley's been kind of mum about talking about it. But she finally broke her silence with footage coming out from an upcoming MTV documentary timed to the release of her upcoming album Bangers coming out this October. Miley said that everyone who's making a big deal out of it should not be making a big deal out of it. It's not that big of a deal. They're overthinking it, she said to MTV, saying that you're thinking about it more than I thought about it when I did it. Like, I didn't even think about it because it's just me. I thought it was like, oh, we're battling against the Disney image. Some people may think that, but hey, like I said, VMAs are known for shocking moments. In this conservative age, we see something shocking. It's like, that, that's what we live in now, America. Conservative now. She also commented that I don't pay attention to the negative because I've seen this play out so many times. How many times have we seen this play out in pop music? Like I said, this performance is nothing different than what Madonna did with the wedding dress in '84, the Vogue performance in '90, and you have mentioned Britney Kiss in '03. Or no different than what Britney did with the Snake in 2001, the Kiss with Madonna in '03, and the see-through Oops, I Did It Again performance in 2000. Even Robin Thicke said to Miley that they both thought to themselves that you're about to make history right now, that we're about to make history right now with this performance. And Billboard's most talked about performance and the most twittered performance in the history of Twitter, getting more tweets per minute than Beyonce's Super Bowl halftime show this year. Because a lot of people defended Miley, and like I said, I thought she was going crazy, but hey, that's what the VMAs are all about. Crazy performances. Get a grip, people. All these critics out there. So there you go. Miley Cyrus breaks her silence about the VMA performance. Now, when it comes to TV news. When it comes to reality TV, I used to be all about reality. I used to watch more reality shows than I do now. I still watch Amazing Race. I still watch shows like Storage Wars Texas and the Storage Wars and Pawn Star shows. And I also watch Duck Dynasty, which I'll get to a preview in a moment. But there's two shows that I stopped watching for various reasons. Bullshit results and shitty situations. Of course, American Idol and Dancing with the Stars. Now, seeing these news articles come out about both these shows today make me say, thank God I quit watching them when I did. First off, news on American Idol. The judging swap game continues as they formally announced their judges for this upcoming season. Now, we all knew at the end of last season, when I stopped fully watching it, Randy Jackson left after surviving all original 12 seasons, thus making Ryan Seacrest the only original guy left that survived all 13 seasons. And Keith Urban stays after the Mariah and Nicki Minaj experience epically failed, but they're bringing J-Lo back, along with Harry Connick Jr. God, AI needs to die. AI needs to die. They're beating a dead horse now. And no shit, AI is beating a dead horse, because AI is on the channel that loves to beat up a dead horse. American Idol's network is Fox, home of the ultimate show that needs to die because they beat up a dead horse. The Simpsons. Because it's not good anymore. That's the thing. AI needs to die. They need to fucking cancel this show. I hope and I've been a huge fan for the first 10 seasons. Like watching religiously for 10 seasons. But after Simon left and all the bullshit results, especially when Chris Allen beat Adam Lambert, and the breaking point was when Crystal Battle Sox lost to Lee DeWise, and seeing the Country Pumpkins, Lauren Elena, and Scotty McCreery go in the finals over that rock and roll dude, Durbin. Could be the new Daughtry. So there you go. AI needs to die. It's like I said, just beating a dead horse. I just hope this is the last season. Ratings have been going down. They lose to The Voice, and they also lose to Modern Family. Let's see how they do with Duck Dynasty beats them. I think they have. So there you go. Speaking of shows that are beating a dead horse and need to get canceled, I'm news on Dancing with the Stars. We're revealing the new cast today. Season 17. Seriously, they need to get canceled too. Because seeing this cast list today, you can tell they're fucking desperate now. And you can tell that Dancing with the Stars is indeed running out of stars. And you know what's bad when their top draw is Snooki. They didn't learn from the Situation. Situation was on a few seasons ago and he sucked. And now Snooki is on this season of Dancing with the Stars. Unbelievable. It could be worse. We could see Honey Boo Boo on it somewhere down the line. Hopefully it gets canceled before she ever gets the chance. Anyway, Snooki will be partnered up with her celebrity partner, I think it's a former champion. I need to double check the facts. Her partner is Sasha Farber, who's a newbie. Now I don't watch like I said, I don't watch AI or dancing anymore. But I have to comment about these news stories and just cringe at the fact that two of my world favorite shows are going down here and just needs to fucking die. These are my thoughts on these news reports. Like I said about dancing, beating a dead horse. Besides Nookie on the show, everybody else, like usually when I look at dancing cast lists, whether I'm watching it or not, there's always like a couple people I don't know. Like I don't know Brent Daugherty because I don't watch Pretty Little Liars on ABC Family. He's part of Peter Murgatroyd and Keyshawn Johnson. He's a football player. I don't know that well. I know football players, but not him that well. He's partnered up with Shauna Burgess, another newbie. But everybody else I know, including Amber Wiley, aka Mercedes from Glee. I bet you the cast of Glee forced her to be on the show because she's on the chubby side. This is a way to lose weight. Where it's better than being on The Biggest Loser. Anyway, she will be on with Derek Huff, her partner, multi-time champion. I'm not dissing Amber Wiley anyway, but hey, I would not be surprised if they're forcing her to be on a show for weight loss. But she looks good no matter what. But anyway, other stars or so-called stars in this season include Leah Remini, known as the wife on the King of Queens show. Could be worse. Kevin James could be on the show. Thank God we got the female from that show, not the male. She'll be partnered up with another big guy who's been in the finals many times. I think he finally won the championship during All Stars. Tony Devolani. And also in this season, Jack Osborne, his sister Kelly, was a runner-up or a finalist in a couple seasons ago, so she was really good. So let's see what Jack can do, as he will be partnered up with another multi-time champion, Cheryl Book. And you know it's bad and they're desperate when they get Bill Nye the Science Guy. Can't believe they got him. Along with his partner, Tyne Strickland, another newbie. And another Bill. And a Bill who could be saying this to Carrie Ananaba, Bruno Tonioli, and Len Goodman when they make a stupid comment. Here's your sign. Bill Engvall. I think you'll suck, but you never know. People I think suck rules sometimes, even if I'm not watching this season. Because like I said, I lost interest, but I just want to comment about how bad this show and AI has become. His partner is Emma Slater, and despite battling brain cancer, Valerie Harper will be on this season along with Tristan McManus, whose most famous partner is that little bitch who I was glad she got off when she finally did after getting saved when other people should have been saved. Of course, I'm referring to Nancy Grace. Also, we got Christina Milian. Now, she probably said to herself and her agent, since my ex Nick Cannon's now married to Mariah Carey and is the host of America's Got Talent, another reality show that's getting more ratings than this show, I'm going to be on Dancing with the Stars. Her partner is another multi-time champion, Mark Ballas. And other people is Corbin Bleu. Now that's not fair when you get a trained dancer, but not ballroom dancer, because one of his former fellow High School Musical cast members, Monique Coleman, was on the show a few seasons back. I don't think she made the finals or anything, but she made top 5, I think. So Corbin Bleu's on this season, along with another champion, Karina Smirnoff. I forgot who her partner was. It was the burn victim guy. I forgot his name. It was a soap opera dude. I usually remember this shit, but I forgot his name. Also, Elizabeth Bookney's on the show with Valentin Shumkovsky, Maxim's brother. Of course, Maxim's not on the season yet again. You know, his bullshit with the judges. So there you go. How low has the mighty fallen from Dancing with the Stars and AI, both sucking and needs to die and get canceled immediately. And dancing so bad now, they got rid of the Skybox interview area and they got rid of the results show. That's how bad the ratings have been. And then depending the ratings on getting Snooki, bad move, ABC. Bad move. The new season of Dancing premieres on September 16th. AI, of course, in January. And like I said, I'm not going to be watching one of them or none of them. And I will be laughing all the way to the bank when they finally get canceled. Hopefully, this is it. But like I said, knowing Big and Dead Horse is never old and never out of style, they'll probably still continue. despite our best efforts to beg both networks to cancel both these shows. Now, speaking of reality shows that I still watch, Duck Dynasty tonight. Now, last week's episode was a funny one, with Godwin asking his fellow Duck Commander buddies to help pick and put in a hot tub in his backyard. It was kind of funny to see him like, bubbles! And, hot tub with speakers. So it's kind of a funny episode last week. This week's episode, I saw the trailer last night while watching another ABC show I watch, Storage Wars Texas. Don't judge me. Hey, I'm weird like that. Jace is moving in with Willie because his house is getting improved. He's getting construction on. So if you saw I saw the trailer, and Willie's gonna hate it with Jace living there. So it's gonna be very intriguing to see how this goes tonight on Duck Dynasty at 10/9 Central. Check your local listings with its different time zones like Western Mountain Time and all that on A&E. That is it for the Atakline for today. I'll see you all later with that in mind. You've all been attacked by the news from Zach. Thank you all very much for watching. Enjoy the rest of this Wednesday. Yeah.